Well, hi again, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Art Regner's video blog. Welcome to my Sports Corner, and we have added something to the Sports Corner. If you look over here, that's a hockey stick from a professional hockey player named Jamie Pusher. Yep, all those years that I've covered the Red Wings, I've gotten one stick in my life, and it's from good old Jamie. And so we are talking a little bit of Red Wings today, because anytime anything seems to happen with the Red Wings, I am bombarded with emails, phone calls, and people on the street saying, what are the Wings going to do? We hear now they're in on Keith Yandle of the Phoenix Coyotes. Well, first just let me say this. The Red Wings would love to add a top-line defenseman, either a 1 or 2, whether it be Keith Yandle or Jay Bouwmeester from the Calgary Flames. Unfortunately, the Red Wings don't seem to have a whole lot to offer for these players. As a matter of fact, one person in the know told me that as far as Jay Bouwmeester and the Calgary Flames are concerned, Detroit's about 4th on the pecking list as far as offers for the big defenseman who has never quite lived up to his expectations, he being Bouwmeester. So really, the Red Wings have some assets that they would like to trade, but they're not the assets that anybody else wants. And teams that they're in competition with, such as Philadelphia, the New York Rangers, they seem to have more younger players. They seem to have more assets, as you will. As I say, assets is today's word, by the way. They seem to have more assets than anybody else, as far or more than Detroit has. I mean, Detroit, people would like them to part with, Brendan Smith. That's not going to happen. They would like to see them part with Gustav Nyquist. That's also not going to happen. One thing that I've been talking to people around the league that I've learned is that Gustav Nyquist is thought of very, very highly, not only by the Red Wings, but by everybody else in the NHL. So, the Red Wings don't want to trade him unless they absolutely have to. So, as far as Keith Yandle and Jay Bouwmeester go, I just don't think that that's going to happen. I'd like to see it happen. Certainly, I think the Red Wings would like to see it happen. And quite honestly, I think the Red Wings are in a little bit of a panic right now because they can't figure out why they have struck out on virtually every free agent that has been available, every named free agent that has been available this summer. I think going into the summer, into the free agency period, I don't think Detroit thought that they were going to hit a home run necessarily, but I don't think that they thought that they were going to get shut out, that they were going to be able to get one of the big names, and so far that just hasn't happened. So, based on that, what are the Red Wings going to do? Well, the common theory right now is that they may add a veteran defenseman. Certainly, Coach Mike Babcock wants a veteran defenseman, somebody there that can settle down the young blue line core, because if you look at it right now, Detroit's blue line, their top defenseman is Nicholas Cromwell, who is a bit of a risk taker. Their best stay-at-home defenseman is Jonathan Erickson, and I think nothing against Johnny, but I think the Red Wings would like to upgrade that. Ian White, can he get any better than he has been with playing with Nick Lidstrom last year? I don't think so. Kyle Quincy, Red Wings expect him to rebound. They thought he was pressing last year when he was traded to Detroit from Tampa Bay via Colorado, so they're hoping the best for him. Jakob Kindl is somebody that has something to prove, a lot to prove, they believe. I'm not sure, people in the Red Wing organization, they either like Jakob Kindl or they don't. And then, of course, Brendan Smith is the guy that everybody is really, really counting on and really hoping that he'll be able to really be a big star in this league. However, Coach Mike Babcock is a little hesitant with Smith. Not that he doesn't like him, and he does, but Brendan Smith has a tendency to be a bit of a risk taker, as he was at the University of Wisconsin, and because of that, he would Brendan Smith might make a few more mistakes than Mike Babcock would like. I remember talking to Mike earlier in the year on one of our Lunch with Art programs where we interviewed Mike in his home, in his living room, and he was talking about the fact was that when Brendan Smith played a game, I guess it was against the Islanders in Madison Square Garden, or not the Islanders, pardon me, the Rangers, is that Smitty was in on all the Detroit goals. Unfortunately, he was in on all the Ranger goals too. So I think that there's a bit of a learning curve there. But defensively, Detroit really is looking to upgrade. And they want to upgrade. And again, they're a little bit miffed that they haven't been able to upgrade at this point, and they haven't been able to get anything through free agency. Now, one of the things that you're hearing right now is that the Red Wings are not going to not do anything until the new CBA is ratified, until it's bargained for, until it's eventually passed, and Lord only knows when that's going to happen. Well, that might be true. That might be true. The Red Wings are under the impression, they believe that what could happen is that the new CBA, with revenues going down, that the cap itself would go down by about almost $10 million, meaning that it would be around 61 million. If that's the case, teams will have to dump salary, much like the Red Wings had to do with Hatcher, Whitney, and McCarty. When the last time the CBA was ratified, they were able to buy out contracts, dump some salaries. Red Wings are hoping that that's going to happen this time, and that they'll be able to acquire a few good players, because they're still under that cap number of 61, and they would probably let some players go to even get lower under that cap number, and then bring in some top shelf players that they believe can actually help them. Now, there are people within the Red Wing organization and other people who are studying the CBA are telling me that's not going to happen. What may happen is that the cap might be frozen for the next 3 or 4 years at 71 million, where it's at right now, meaning that really wouldn't help out the Red Wings. So what this is leading to is that the Red Wings may have to get younger and do something that hasn't been in their philosophy in a long, long time, and that is they may have to use young players who are untested at the NHL level. They have potential. They brought them up for a cup of coffee or two in the league. They've been able to perform reasonably well at every level that they've been in, whether it's been Grand Rapids or junior or college, and throw them in, almost baptism under fire. Now, that's something the Red Wings have not done in a long, long time. Unfortunately, because they've been shut out by free agency, they don't know where the cap's going to be, and it just appears that there isn't really much out there right now. Detroit could get a lot younger in a hurry, and I think that could, freak a few Red Wing followers out. As a matter of fact, the joke is right now is that people are hoping for a lockout because there isn't much expected of the Red Wings this year. They're still a very good team. They really are. I mean, parity has hit the league, and this has nothing to do with Ken Holland being suddenly a terrible general manager. They have been in on every player that has been available. They just haven't gotten any player. I mean, they're stunned by it. I'm shocked by it. I'm sure you are shocked by it too. However, that's just the way it is right now. The landscape has changed. All the money's the same. And if you look at the Red Wings, unfortunately, because of where they've drafted, and maybe some of their draft picks not being, Datsuk and Zetterberg, they haven't had those hidden gems yet, although they believe they have a few in their latest draft with Furk, and they like Yurko, and they're big on Polkinen and Jan Krok, but those guys are all forwards, but they're a little bit of ways away. So, going on, and I know I'm rambling here and I'm going all over the place. I'm talking Wings. I get a little too excited, I think. Jamie Pusher, that stick here has just like fired me up. But in all honesty, what's happening and what's going on right now is that the Red Wings, A, are stunned that they've been shut out in free agency as far as big names go. 2, they would like to make a trade. They just don't have the assets that other teams can offer if they want to acquire a Keith Yandel or a Jay Bouwmeester. 3, they're waiting for the salary cap to see where that's going to be. And, they're hoping that it's going to be lower than it is. But, pardon me. But that may not happen. So, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull the old George Carlin routine. I'm going to share a sip of water with you. Oh, boy, that hit the spot. Okay, so wrapping it up, are they in trouble? Well, they need a lot of their young players to age quickly and become pretty good players. I think that's at least how the season's going to start out. So, as long as Keith Yandel's a nice name, Jay Bouwmeester would definitely help them. Will they sign a veteran defenseman? I still think they're going to sign a veteran defenseman. Carlo Koliakovo of the St. Louis Blues is somebody they like. He wants 4 years. The Red Wings only want to give him 2. He wants like $4 million or something. Red Wings are probably right around $1 million a year, so they're kind of far off. Eventually they'll sign some sort of defenseman. Will it happen before the new CBA or not? I'm not sure. Maybe, but I doubt it. I think that they're in a holding pattern right now. But that could certainly change. I mean, they want to be proactive. They want to be aggressive. But overall, when you look at the Red Wings defense right now, the guys that they have, like Ian White, Nicholas Cromwell, Kyle Quincy, Jonathan Erickson, Jakob Kindle, and Brendan Smith, I mean, that's they need at least one more person there, or one more D-man, and they definitely want to get a top two, but they just, it looks unlikely they're going to be able to trade for it. And it also, depending on who you believe, once the new cap is instituted, if it's frozen, then the Red Wings are really SOL, as they like to say. So it's a lot of speculation, but really right now the Red Wings are in a holding pattern until the new CBA happens. They might sign a veteran defenseman, but overall, the youth movement that Ken Holland always knew was going to happen might be happening just a little bit sooner. So I know I rambled a little bit about the Wings. Hopefully that makes some sense. We'll see you next time on the video chat. Remember, go to FoxSportsDetroit.com for all the latest information on everything. Until, again, we'll see you in the Sports Corner. We're going to add stuff to the Sports Corner. This stuff usually is going to stay. I mean, let's face it, Franklin Patriots, my school, Jamie Pusher's stick, the Cultured Art Picture, Whitecap schedule, Justin Abdicator, and Kate Moss. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? All right, we'll see you. Have a safe and pleasant one, everyone. Take care, and goodbye.